Well, hello. Welcome to my channel Within Reason. My name is Jessica. Thank you so much for being here. If this is your first time here, I appreciate you greatly. If you're a repeat offender on my channel, I appreciate you, as always. And I hope everyone's well. Today I wanted to talk about Summer Wells. There's an update in her case. If you don't know who Summer Wells is, she was, at the time of her disappearance, on June 15th, 2021. She went missing from her yard in a secluded area up on 110 Ben Hill Road in Hawkins County, Rogersville, Tennessee. She was at home with her mom and her grandma, who lived on the property in like a little trailer. And Summer's three brothers were there as well. Don, Summer's dad, was said to not have been there, that he was at work at the time she went missing, which is about 3:30 in the afternoon, but not reported to the police till about 6:30 that evening. I guess they were looking for her, couldn't find her, and then decided to call police. But yeah, so there was, sorry, hold on one sec. I am like losing my mind because I just had my paper with all of my stuff on it, but I couldn't tell you where that went. But anyway, so I'll go by memory. They went to Van Hill Road, which was Paul Hill. Now the Hills, Fred Hill, Andrew Hill, Hill and Hiltz. There's a lot of people here, you know what I mean? That are all said to have been able to be a part of that day. They lived close. They knew the family. There was just a lot of real weird things. A lot of people came over to the property that day. Seemed like everybody they knew came over that day, including CPS. This is all like within 24 hours of Summer going missing. So it was like, who did it and where did she go and were all the stories real? So they went on November 13th to the 3537 Van Hill Road, searched Paul Hill's property, is 27 acres. And I believe that they left with like 4 dump trucks full of dirt to sift through. I'm guessing they're thinking maybe Summer, her remains is, in that dirt somewhere. So I don't know, but the police said in no way is Summer's case a cold case. They're very much, on it, and there's still a lot of leads coming in, which is great. And I'm grateful for that. She needs to be found. Like I said, she went missing June 15th, 2021. At the time, she was 5 years old, about 4 feet. She was a little thing. I think she was like 55 or 65 pounds, and she had blonde hair, blue eyes. It's conflicting what she had on or what she went missing in. There's a lot of, different reports, and, there's so many conspiracies about Summer, what happened to her. Her parents, Don and Candace, are still probably the biggest suspects on most people's lists. Me, I don't know. I really don't think that they hurt her. It's been said that there was, it could have been an accidental death. She died in the heat. Then, she drowned. There's like a lot of things that, Candace or somebody moved her body, around the property. There was a shed at the bottom of the driveway or the area of 110 Ben Hill. People were said that Summer was in there. And then some people said that she was trafficked and sold and that she's still alive. And I mean, it's literally goes from one spectrum to the other, with all the way alive and suffering every day, or, gone and in heaven. And either way, she'll never get justice. You never, like I would say, you never get justice when you die. You don't. I mean, you're gone. Nothing can ever bring you back. But, Summer, her story needs to be heard. And, whatever happened to her and the people who have done this to her, they need to pay for what they've done. So, other than that, I'm trying to think if there's anything else, but yeah, no, so that's the update, that they're definitely, looking in to people known to the story already. Now, there was a lot of like mixing and mingling because, see, Don and Candace, they used to be really good friends with a lot of YouTube creators, but, within recent months, they've kind of, turned their back on everybody who was once there for them. And it's just not cool, you know what I mean? I don't know why people do that, but anyway, so, I mean, I guess there's a reason for everything, but I just hope that somebody doesn't get away with, hurting this little girl or snuffing her life from her, and it's never found out, But I appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you so much. Hope you had a beautiful Thanksgiving, and I hope all is well. Stay safe, stay blessed, cherish the simple things. I love you guys, and I'll see you later. Bye.